Cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's September 30th. This is the Cluster API Provider for Azure bi-weekly meeting or office hours or whatever we call it. We are a project of SIG Cluster Lifecycle and the Kubernetes umbrella, and therefore we should all comply to the Kubernetes standards of conduct, the code of conduct, which essentially means please don't interrupt other people, try and raise your hand and be kind to everyone. Do we have anybody who's new here? It doesn't look like it. So I'll skip over that. If you didn't add your name to the attendee list, please do so because we like that. I don't know, do we have milestone review to do or do we do it at the end? I guess we'll do that at the end. So unless anybody has any, sorry, go ahead.
We are pretty close to the beta cut, so I'm not sure. Plus the seals out. Milestone review.
All right, well, maybe we'll punt this time around. So unless anybody has anything more pressing, we'll just go into open discussion. And James wants to talk about Windows host process, Calico, Containerd. Take it away, sir.
So I've got it all working now. And I kind of dropped it in the Slack channel as well, but I wanted to give a heads up that it's pretty close to being ready for review. But I also wanted to call out that I was doing a couple different things. I was adding Windows nodes to the existing control plane, the existing end-to-end spec, which will make it so that we don't have to have a separate Windows cluster and a separate PR job and everything eventually. I just want to make sure I called that out and if there's any objections around that. And then the other part was it's getting to be a pretty large YAML-based PR. And so I had suggested maybe kind of splitting it into separate PRs, but Cecile had given feedback that she'd like to see kind of all the different parts in there. And so I'm just adding those parts now, but just wanted to give heads up and if anybody else wanted to give any feedback on any of those things before I submit this very, very large PR.
So even the basic E2E test then will involve Windows from going forward?
Yeah. Yep. So I just added it to one of the basic specs that was there already, and then I cleaned up the specs to make sure that they all supported running either on Linux or Windows in both scenarios. So. Go ahead, David.
Can you make just at least have two PRs in there, the two separate pieces, or not two PRs, two commits? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've got it broken into like right now. I think there's 4 different commits. There's like the base, just adding the base templates. Then there's adding the end-to-end spec tests, and then there's adding the CI version tests, and then I will add another that's in progress, the VMSS commit.
Awesome. That'll be super helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
Cool. Does anyone else have any input or questions about Windows host process and all the changes to the tests? No? All right. That is all we actually have on the agenda, but there's got to be something else interesting going on. David raises his hand. What's up, David?
I was curious. This next week we're probably going to try to cut V1.801, which is awesome, fantastic, great job, everybody. This is really cool. One of the things that we're some open PRs that are out there, the kubar back removal that needs to get it through, and inclusion of the beta types. Shagan, you're working on that. What else pops up into people's heads that are like, hey, we really got to get this thing in beta? into this next release? Anything that's jumping up that folks really need to see in this next one?
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I actually won. So one thing we wanted to do is like have an E2E test for Alpha 3 to Beta 1 upgrade. So I don't know if I don't think that's like a showstopper, but it'd be nice to have.
Sorry, conversion from Alpha 1 all the way to Beta.
Alpha
One?
3 to Beta 1 and Alpha 4.
Alpha 3, right? So you can skip over Alpha 4 if
Yeah.
you, okay. Yeah, I remember we did talk about that. Good one.
There was one more, the fix for VNets. So the VNet API version bug for conversion between, I think it was older created VNets that were not zonal. When the new API version of VNets were used, they needed to be the same type of resource. They couldn't go from zonal to non-zonal or non-zonal to zonal. Shyam, are you assigned to that one?
Yeah. I'll open a PR today for that. It's actually for public IPs. So the issues.
Public IPs, that's what it is.
The default behavior was previously, if you don't specify a zone, all zones were allocated, but now the new SDK, it's like the other way around. If you don't specify a zone, it won't be assigned. There won't be any redundancy. So yeah, I'll open a PR today.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Do you need a hand with any of those? Is there anything we can do to help?
No, I've tested it locally. It works fine. So yeah, I'm just like testing some edge cases and.
Anything else anyone can think of we should do for V1 Beta 1? Okay. Anything else we should talk about today? Any random cluster API news or gossip or anything? Otherwise, I guess we get a bunch of time back.
Yeah, maybe I can use the opportunity and give you upstream folks a little thank you from the ThreadCar team. We were amazed about the traction that we got with the Azure PR that we had up. So adding the templates, that was really quick. And basically a lot of traction is now on hold because it's waiting for the Ignition Bootstrap provider, but that was a very, very good development experience. So thanks for that.
Awesome. Yeah, we're psyched about Flatcar.
Now we just need to figure out how to do the image story to make it easy.
Yeah, that's actually not as complicated or hard as it sounds. We have most of our image production pipelines automated because we're an image-based distribution. We don't have any packages, and we even considered automating the step that updates the VHD images in the Flatcar offer that we have on Azure. So all of that just needs to be extended to call image builder as well, and then to upload those images as well alongside what we already do. So that's something we'll be looking into the next weeks.
Yeah, that would be great. People need choice. Cool. Anything else from anyone? Check the chat because I haven't checked the chat. Nope. Cool. All right. Well, let's call it a short meeting, and we'll see you here again in a couple weeks. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you on Slack.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.